be showing you how to crochet this triangle neck warmer. It's a quick and easy pattern. I've linked the written pattern in the description below, as well as some other helpful information. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so for this project, we're going to be using bernat blanket yarn and a 9mm crochet hook. I've linked information about the materials needed in the description below, as well as a link to the written pattern and some other helpful information. So go ahead and reference that, but for now, let's just go ahead and get started on this project. Okay, so first thing that we're gonna do is we're going to make a magic ring. So you're just gonna wrap the yarn around your hand like this and cross it over itself. Put your hook under the bottom piece, over the top piece, and gently scoop up a loop onto your hook. Carefully pull your hand out and pick up your working yarn. We're going to be working over both pieces here. Let's start with a chain 3, which will count as a double crochet stitch. We're going to work 2 double crochets into the ring. So yarn over your hook, push it into the ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. We're going to do it again, another double crochet into the ring. We're going to chain 1 and work 3 more double crochets into the ring. So 1, 2, and 3. You're going to take the tail end here that's in the ring that we were working over and pull to close. Okay, so you can already see your triangle taking shape. We're going to chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, turn your work, and in that first stitch we're going to work 2 double crochets. Chain 1, and then around this next chain space, which is at the point, we're going to work 3 double crochet, we're going to chain 1 and work another 3 double crochet around that same chain space. That's what's going to keep the point at the top of our triangle. Chain 1, and in the very last stitch here, we're going to work 3 double crochet. And this last stitch might seem a little bit strange. Hang on, I'm going to go in that a little bit better, because this is actually the top of the chain 3 from when we started our work. So and we're just going to work 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now what you're going to see happening in each row that we work, you're going to see more of the spaces between. So we have our 2 ends and then our peak at the top. In between, you're going to have these spaces, and each row you're going to have more and more of these spaces. So right now, going into row 2, you're going to see 1 space between. The next one you're going to see 2 in between, and so on and so forth. So each row we're going to start by working a chain 3 and turning our work. Chain 3 is always going to count as a double crochet. So you're going to work 2 double crochet stitches into the first stitch of each row. And I'm showing you this when I'm saying each row because I will leave you to it for a certain amount of rows, so bear with me here. Then you're going to chain 1. Around the chain spaces that are between the points, we're just going to work 3 double crochet. Oops. Chain 1 in between each double crochet cluster. We will always chain 1. Now we're at the peak of our triangle, so this is where we're going to work 3 double crochet. That's 1, oops, 2, and 3. We're going to chain 1 and work another 3 double crochet. That will be the same for every single row that you work. 2, just going to get some more yarn here. 3. Okay, and you're just going to continue on. So you're going to work 3 double crochets around this space, 3 into the very last stitch, chain 3, turn your work, and you're going to repeat the same thing. Count your rows this way from these clusters up the center. It's just the easiest way. You can count however you like, but I find that to be the easiest way. And you're going to keep on going. You're going to keep on going until you have completed a total of 9 rows. So counting the clusters up the center, you should have 9 rows of finished work, and then come back. Okay, so now that you have finished those 9 rows, you should have your triangle looking like this so far. Okay, so you can go ahead now, fasten it off, and you're going to repeat these steps again, so you have a front and a back panel. So go ahead and you can rewatch the video again, make another panel the exact same, and then come back and I'll show you how we're going to connect them and continue on with our work. Okay, so now that you've finished both panels, you're going to line them up evenly, and we're working across the top, the long edge of our work. If you've already fastened off from the second panel that you did, that's okay. You could just go ahead and reattach your yarn in the corner. And we're going to chain 1. Now line up the 2 corners so that they're even, like this. And we're going to be working into both sides of our work to close, to connect and create a seam. Now the stitch count for this part, it doesn't really matter, because what's most important, first of all, I understand it is a little bit awkward when you're working along the side of your work because you're not working into actual stitches, but you're going to want to work to the end of the 4th cluster, okay? And that's going to have both of your shoulders closed evenly and leave nice room for the neck hole. So let's go ahead and do that together. So you're going to push your hook through one side, line it up evenly with the other side, and you're going to slip stitch. So just yarn over and pull it right through the loop on your hook. Let's do another one together. So you're going to push your hook through both sides, lining up evenly, yarn over, and pull right through the loop on your hook to complete your slip stitch. And you're just going to go ahead and keep on doing that until you get to the end here of the 4th cluster. Okay, so you see like the double crochet clusters here. Sorry, let me give you a better angle. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So right to here. So go ahead and work your slip stitches till you get there, fasten off, repeat on the other side, and then come back. Okay, so now that you've finished connecting both sides, we now have the opening, and we're going to work on the neck of our project. So we're going to chain 2, does not count as a stitch, and we're going to be working double crochets evenly all the way around. We'll close with a slip stitch in the top of our chain 2. Now the stitch count at the end of this round should be 40, and I'll show you how we're going to be crocheting evenly around to get that stitch count. So we're going to work a double crochet lined up with each cluster, each double crochet cluster, and then we're also going to be lining up a double crochet between each cluster. So if you're lining up that way, your double crochets, they will be evenly spaced, and you're going to get to that stitch count of 40. So go ahead and keep on working your double crochets all the way around, close with a slip stitch at the top of the chain 2, and then come back. Okay, so now that you've finished working those double crochets all the way around, we're going to begin continuing on. We're going to be doing an alternating stitch. Now before we begin that, we have to remember our work right now is inside out. So this next stitch, the texture of it, it's important that you're working with it not inside out. So let's flip it around to have our work the right way. Okay. And now we'll be able to go ahead and begin working the rest of our neck rounds, making sure that our work is the right way, not inside out anymore. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin with that stitch. Chain 2, we're going to chain 2 to begin our next round. Now we're going to be working, we're going to be alternating between 2 different stitches. So we're going to work front post double crochets and regular double crochets. So we're going to begin with a front post double crochet around this first post. This chain does not count as a stitch, okay? So you're going to yarn over your hook, push your hook between these 2 posts instead of going into the stitch. You're going to wrap the hook around the back of the post and out the other side. Yarn over, pull up your loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. So you're finishing it off like a regular double crochet. It's just that we're working around the post instead of through the stitch. Now we're going to work into this next stitch here. So we've skipped over the first stitch of the round because we worked around the post that belongs to that stitch. So now we're going to work a regular double crochet into this next stitch. And we're going to skip over this post because this post belongs to the stitch that we just worked into. So around this following post, we're going to work our front post double crochet. So push your hook between the posts around behind the one you want to work on, yarn over, pull up your loop, and finish off your double crochet as usual. We're going to go into this next stitch and work a regular double crochet. We're skipping this post because it belongs to this stitch. So around this next one, we're going to work our front post double crochet. And you're just going to continue on alternating between these 2 stitches all the way around. When you get to the beginning, close with your slip stitch in the top of the chain 2 and then come back. All right, so now that you've finished that round, we're going to begin our next one. Now it's the same 2 stitches, but we have to alternate how they're worked, and I'll explain that right now. So let's chain 2 to begin our next round. Now, the last round that we worked, we started with a front post double crochet. We want to have them offsetting each other. We want now the front post double crochets to be worked around all of the regular double crochets, and we want the regular double crochets to be worked in the stitches of the front post double crochets from the previous round. So the simplest way to do it is look at what you started the last round with. So the last round was started with a front post double crochet. We're going to start this round with a regular double crochet. And then, of course, the next one will be a front post double crochet, followed by a regular double crochet. And you're just going to go ahead and keep on working, alternating between those 2 stitches again, all the way around. And when you get back to the beginning, close with your slip stitch and then come back. Okay, so now that you finished that round, we're going to go ahead and, of course, chain 2 to begin the next round. And we're going to do the same round again, but don't forget, because we started the last round with a regular double crochet, this one we're going to start with a front post double crochet. So go ahead, and then you're going to do, of course, the regular double crochet. So go ahead and work this next round, alternating between those 2 stitches again, all the way around, close with your slip stitch, and then come back. Okay, so now that we finished that last round, you're just going to pull up a little bit there so you have a tail end to work with. And we're going to fasten it off pull the rest of that through. We're going to grab our tapestry needle here. And then you're just going to use that to weave. Make sure you're weaving actually on the inside of your work, weaving the tail end in and out of some of the stitches just to hide and secure. Okay, and you're going to go ahead and do that with all of the tail ends that you have throughout your work. You're just going to weave them in and out of some of the stitches on the inside, and you're done. I hope you've enjoyed this pattern. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out the helpful links in the description below.